13 planners. It's nuts. It's unhealthy. You realize, what? How have I spent this much on coffee? I'm Jullian, a 30-year-old software engineer living in Cebu City. I make 660,000 pesos a year. And this is my money breakdown. Break it down, yo. When I was a kid, I wasn't that kind of kid where, oh, I want to be a doctor, oh, I want to be a lawyer. No, I didn't have that feeling, nor did my parents push me to have that feeling, in a sense. I'm grateful that at the same time, I really had no idea prior to college what I wanted to do.
Now what?
I'm a software engineer for almost 10 years. I'm actually still in the same company that I first started in after graduating college. And it's a weird thing because I've been through stages where, oh, I wanted to resign, but it never really happened. And I would just go to the office, get my cup of coffee, then work, stare at the screen for like 8 hours. It's sometimes tiring, sometimes boring in a way. When I started getting into tech, it wasn't this overarching thing in the world. It was this niche thing. And so I got into it mainly because I love discovering what's behind the tech or how it works. I started tech blogging back in 2016. Cebu blogging was already there, but I didn't really see much in terms of tech. So I really wanted to start. So I just wanted to share my love for tech. It's basically more of a passion project than something that gives you money. When you're reviewing tech, it's mostly getting the gadget early. In the rare cases, I would just straight up buy the thing because I want to check it out.
As a tech reviewer, I know it gets really expensive.
Yeah.
Can you share how much did you shell out at the start when you were starting out, and how are you sustaining it now?
When I started, all I did was to talk about the stuff I have. And since tech is always updating all the time, so I wouldn't just rely on the gadgets, I would also refer to tech news that's coming out. Actually, when I started out, it was like, oh, I should attend everything. And so I met a lot of people along the way. I joined a blogging group, stayed there for like a year or so, then got out, then got into another group. Right now, I'm just seeking out who I want to collaborate with at this point. To the point that most of the people I talk to are not here in Cebu, but they're in Manila. It's a big change compared to when I started. But now I basically have the confidence to like approach brands just to talk to them about my ideas. So that's like the big shift, I think, for me. But sometimes you just have to find your discarte.
So you mentioned a lot of these events are in Manila, right? And
Yeah.
you probably go back and forth. How much do you typically spend for airfare, lodging to go to Manila? How often do you do it? How do you balance all of it now? With a full-time job and all?
Yeah, I go there for a day and I go home in that same day. I also make sure to find the cheapest flights because it's kind of like a necessary evil, so to speak, to be able to travel to Manila. I would pair it with visiting relatives or my family members, and it would just be like an extended stay. As to how on earth am I balancing this with my day job? Have enough leaves. The side hustle thing is sporadic. Sometimes there would be actual monetary value. Sometimes it's just getting a new phone. Actually, it's more like this, more than the actual money. Sometimes I question myself, like, why do you take even more time to do it, considering I already have a day job? Yeah, it's what keeps me going until now. Maybe it's because I still love tech. It's probably most embarrassing thing I'm going to say on the internet. Yeah, I don't really manage my money too much. I don't really track.
Keep it real.
I'm living with my parents, even though I'm like 30 years old, mainly because of financial stuff. We're paying for the internet in the house, paying for sometimes even the food we eat. I spend around 2,800 on subscriptions, mostly maintenance of my website, YouTube Premium. Sorry, I'm on YouTube, but I still hate the ads there. Insurance monthly, around 6,300. One of them was just because I was convinced by a workmate during my regularization. Then the loans, around 7,400. So the internet of my phone right here and the internet at home, 7,000 plus for food. I have around 10k of savings a month. And so that's how I break down my expenses. I don't usually spend gadgets like every month, but if I were to compute it month to month, it's like 7,000. For me, my shopping is intentional. I don't really do stuff like, oh, budol. No, I'm actually anti-budol. I buy stuff with intention. Like when I see my mom, seeing her Lazada shopping list, like, Mom, how do you have like 50 items in your shopping list?
So what are your most frequent purchases and how frequent are we talking about?
Admittedly, two things. It's not even the tech. It's usually food and coffee, as I drink coffee a lot. Try to dial it down now because the expenses are piling up. Right now, I try to limit myself to once a day. I'm trying because sometimes I still do two. Distinguish what is savings, what is emergency fund, and what is something that I can use to spend. Because that's been my juggling act, so to speak.
So when did you start building your emergency fund?
What triggered me to really double down on it was the pandemic and especially Typhoon Odette last December. Because there were a lot of unintended expenses, like spending for water, lots and lots and lots and lots of water. The thing that I learned there was to value water more than electricity. I would go to the office and just charge everything. My best purchase. Ooh, my MacBook Air M1 is my best purchase. This laptop is my best purchase because I always need a laptop in my life that's not a work laptop. My worst purchase and probably the most irresponsible purchase is coffee during holiday season. Yay! My obsession for coffee is nuts. It even gets worse during the holidays. The worst year I've had this was like 3 years ago, where I would get 13 planners. It's nuts. It's unhealthy. I realized, what? How have I spent this much on coffee? Just to get this stupid. I even barely use this now. So one is mine, another is my mom's, and then the rest would either be giveaway to office, giveaway to followers, or giveaway to friends, or a gift during Christmas. This is just estimated. This 40k. This could be higher. So, utterlyran. Don't follow me, guys. Oh. Hi, it's my laptop again. So, my sister bought the exact same laptop because I suggested that laptop to her, and then I got so jealous. So the month later, during my birth month, I got this for myself. 20. Still happens to be the best because it's still a really good laptop and I'm really enjoying it. So it's around almost 100k. The future. What does it hold? This has been the eternal debate in my head for the past 2 years. All the companies I've been dealing with are based in Manila. And so I've been thinking about it for a long time, whether I should move to Manila or stay here. Is it still viable to just like fly there? I could probably start making content creation a full-time thing. So that includes building up that savings to where I can comfortably say, okay, I'm ready to get out of my full-time job. Yeah. Sometimes it takes something like this to slap you in the face to get your act together. And this is why I agreed to do this, because this will be my reminder that this will be in the internet. So it will forever be there unless monetization issues, but that's not my problem. Hi guys.
Tapos clocks.
Gobi!
Naka-retouch na.
Jullian roll stick. Roll 1, take 1.
Ba yun? Kahit ito kailangan ko na
Roll again.
Clap border.
What's a man?
Dito ka saya.
See you next time.
Ah,